So good evening everybody, it's from Jayashree. I am going to take this phase lock loop under this timer, PLL, A to D and D to E converters for this unit 5. Okay, under this title as analog and digital ICs. Okay, so let us see what I mean by phase lock loop. This is what the introduction to phase lock loop, the historical background and basic PLL system and PLL applications. This is what this introduction of this phase lock loop. Okay. Next one is what? Phase lock loop. That is in invention history. The phase lock loop history. In 1932, the invention of coherent communication using the vacuum tube. And 1943, horizontal vertical sweep synchronization in television. In color television in 1954. In 1965, phase lock loop on integrated circuit. In 1970, classical digital PLL. In 1972, all digital PLL. PLLs today in every cell phone, TV, radio, pager, computer, clock and data recovery. Frequency synthesis, clock generation, clock zoom minimization and duty cycle enhancement. Phase lock loop is a negative feedback system consists of a phase detector, low pass filter and a voltage control oscillator within its loop. Its purpose is to synchronize an output signal with a reference or an input signal in frequency as well as in phase. In synchronized or locked state, the phase error between the oscillator output and the reference signal is 0 or it remains constant. Okay, if the phase error builds a control mechanism act as an oscillator to reduce the phase error to a minimum so that the phase of the output signal is actually locked to the phase of the reference signal. That is why it is called phase lock loop. If the phase error builds up a control mechanism act on an oscillator to reduce the phase error to the minimum so that the phase of the output signal is actually locked to the phase of the reference signal. That is why it is called phase lock loop. So the major PLL applications fall into four main categories: phase lock, frequency synthesis, frequency modulation and phase demodulation, data and carrier recovery, tracking filters. The classification of PLL are analog or digital PLL or digital PLL is analog PLL with the digital phase detector. All digital PLL is a digital loop in two sense, all digital components and in all discrete time signals. So this is what the phase basic PLL system. The first one is what the block diagram, PD and PFD, and second one is what the loop filter, and third one is working with the voltage control oscillator. Lock condition, when oscillator frequency is equal to the input frequency, that is what this lock condition of this PLL. Whenever the oscillator frequency match the input frequency, it will lock the phase lock loop. It will amplitude both amplitude and phase. That is what here the amplitude and frequency and phase modulation and demodulation is nothing but the phase lock loops. Next one, tracking filters. Okay. Next, the basic PLL consisting of three components: the phase detector, the frequency phase detector and loop filter and voltage control oscillator. That is what this circuit diagram. Here PD is nothing but the phase detector and loop filter at last voltage control oscillator. At last lock condition, if oscillator frequency is equal to the input frequency. Okay. Next one is what? The basic property, that is stages of PLL operation. Free running stage, capture stage and phase locked stage. When no input signal is applied to the phase detector, PLL output frequency is F oscillator is equal to F frequency, where F naught is nothing but the free running frequency of the VCO. Capture range, when the input signal is applied to the phase detector, due to feedback mechanism, PLL tries to track the output with respect to the input. At last, phase locked stage, due to the feedback mechanism, the frequency comparison stops when oscillator phase frequency is equal to the input frequency. This is what the stages of PLL operation, F oscillator frequency and F oscillator plus phase locked frequency, and this is what the graph indicates the stages of the PLL operation. There are stage, free running stage, capture range, capture stage and phase locker stage. Thank you all.